Welcome to WebApps. This video is about how to theme Drupal 8. So let's begin. So we have an instance of Drupal 8 right here, a basic install. Alright, there's no theme in here. Alright, so it's bare minimum installation. Alright, so in order to have a theme, the best way to learn is actually look at the documentation in Drupal 8. So it's drupal.org/docs8/theming. Okay, so it's actually go here in a sequential manner for you to learn. But the first thing that's very important is creating the info file. Okay, so in order to have a theme, okay, in Drupal 8, the info file is like a manifest file. In most programming tools, you have manifest files, and in Drupal 8 theme layer, you need to have an info.yaml file. So this one is like a list of files that your theme have. It's just listing. Okay, so here we go. So let's open that up. So it says here it's theme name or folder name .info.yaml. So if you have a folder, so let's create a folder here. New folder. We can call this demo theme. Okay, so in this case we need to have demo.info.yaml file inside that. Okay, new file, demo.info.yaml. Okay, now in that theme info.yaml, so YAML is actually a key value pair kind of layout. Okay, so here it will tell you what to have: name, type, description, core that supports libraries. Okay, so here it will tell you which one is required. Name is required, type is required, core is required, and I think that's it, right? The rest are not required. Okay, so here if you're a child theme, you can reference your parent theme. Okay, so let's just grab this. Okay, all right, now name it demo theme, demo for awesome programmers. Dedicating it to you guys. All right, I think that's the right spelling. See, all right, that's the right spelling. All right, Drupal 8. So let's just discuss this for now. So we have name, type, description, core. So what we have: name, type, description, name, type, core, required. I think those are the only thing that's required. Okay. And also, I forgot, when you have a blank theme, you can have a contrib and custom, right? New folder, custom. Okay, the contrib theme, you can grab it from Drupal. So ours is custom. Okay, because we're making it. Contrib is, you can download contributed theme from here. Drupal 8 themes. Alright. And you'll see a bunch of theme right here. Let me see. So it's 8. You'll see a bunch of themes. So there's a Bootstrap, there's Add Minimal. So when you download any of them in here and you install it, you need to install it in a contrib. Okay, it's more organized that way. Okay, now let's go back to theming. It says here we need I guess that's all we need. Okay, so let's enable this for now. Let's see what will happen just by having those pre-required stuff. Okay, appearance. So if we go to appearance, we need to run cron first. Okay, running cron in Drupal and clearing a cache, it's like always, it's like a must. Alright, so what it does is it helps you, Drupal sees the new file that you added. Okay, hooray computer. So there you go. Do you see that? There's no screenshot. If you want to have a screenshot, let me see. The best way to actually learn in Drupal is to actually look at the existing theme, core themes right here. So we need to have, so the screenshot is revealing Finder. We need to have something like that kind of size. And if we just name it to screenshot PNG like that, so let me just download something from the web. So I have that image screenshot, and let me just drop it. Where is our theme? Reveal and Finder. Let me just drop it in there. So every time we add a new file, you need to run this. Okay. So let's see if that works. Okay, that works. See that? So once we install this, you can actually install it already just by having an info file. Okay, let's see what our site looks like. Boom. Okay, so this is basically nothing, but how come there's still something showing up? Okay, Drupal is having this like fallback mechanism, right? So if you don't have parent theme, okay, so right now actually we need to enable something. Let me pause this real quick. All right, see, right now it's kind of hard to tell like where is this theme coming from, right? Because we have a blank info file. That's it, and we don't have any code in here. So what we need to do is enable development properly by figuring that you are enabling the settings.local, right? So to enable settings.local, so this is the settings.local. So I need to create a file in here called settings.local.php. Okay. That's settings.local.php, and let's do a sudo. Alright, okay, since we have this settings.local.php, we can copy the example settings.local. A, Control C. I don't know if we can paste it. We can't. Okay, we can paste it soon. Okay, so we have that. Let me double check everything if this is correct. Development services, variables. Alright, so that's good. What we need to do is change this and remove this comment right here. Boom. Boom. Alright, save it and change it back to 644. 644. Okay. Now that's back to 644. And now this is pointing to that. And then it's pointing to development services. And in the development services, okay, we need to add some twig configuration so it tells us which part we are theming, right? Okay, so in here we need to have those configuration. Okay, no caching for now because we're developing. Okay, Now run directory and refresh. So now you can tell where is this code coming from. So it's coming from a stable theme. Do you see that? Stable theme. So you don't have a folder name called templates layout html.twig, right? So you don't have that. So let's follow this. So now we know that it's coming from stable theme, right? So that's the info file. Okay. So let's discuss the theme folder instructions. So the info file actually also have let's go back to info. It will tell you how to add a region. Okay. So if you don't specify a region in Drupal 8, whatever that theme is, it's going to grab it from the parent theme. So now since it's, if you go to structure, block, you can see we have left sidebar, right sidebar, even though we didn't specify that in our theme. Look, right? So why do we have those? It's because the fallback mechanism is the parent theme, and right now it's the stable theme, right? So if you look at the stable theme, okay, I'm not gonna, so this is just for a demo, okay? If you want the full course, buy it at Udemy. I'll be posting this at Udemy for the full course. If we go to the core, look at the themes, okay? Let's just study this stable theme. Okay, so the stable theme is like the base theme if you don't have anything in there, right? So the stable theme, so this is a base theme. Okay, so the stable theme has its templates, and there's different kinds of subfolders, right? So a lot of times I highly suggest that you can grab all of this folder right here and just paste it in your subdirectory. Nothing should break. Okay, it should still stay designed. Okay, but this is the beginning of the theme right here. Okay, so if you notice, this is basic HTML. This is the opening and closing HTML. And here's the body right here. And this is the head where you put the CSS and JavaScript. Okay. So this is the folder structure of a theme. So in your theme, okay, let's say this is the demo theme, okay. We have this, and so what we need to do is, how can I add a JavaScript and all that? So that's the job of the libraries.yaml. Okay, so if you have a theme, demo name.libraries.yaml, put that in your folder. Okay, and there's nothing in here. That's funny. So it's probably grabbing it from let's look at another at the 7. There you go. You can create your own libraries, package libraries by just naming whatever. So this is just a name. Version, you can put whatever version you want, CSS, and then the JavaScript. Okay, so in order to prove this concept, let's do that. If I go back here in the demo, new file, right, and let's name it demo.libraries.yaml. Right? Is that spelled right? Libraries.yaml. Okay. And most of the time, I just, to get the right format, I just copied from one of them. That let me see, themes. See Barthic. Let me see the libraries of Barthic. So big. Let me see I need the one with the JavaScript. I need the one with the JavaScript. Let's see. Let's see, I want to add this. Oh, no. You can name it whatever you want. This is just for naming convention. Okay, you can name it whatever you want in here. Let me see. So that's just key value. I just want to show you. I can just remove that. Where it goes. Let's keep it simple. Alright. So the JavaScript, if you want to attach JavaScript, okay, so you need to have a folder in here called CSS and JavaScript. So CSS and then your folder JS, right? So it's script that JS, and this is styles.css. That's like the more common convention in the web. So copy path. We don't need this component right here. Keep it simple. Okay. We can just have something like this. Styles.css. And then this is script.js. Script.js. Okay. Blank JavaScript. Okay. And Now when you have those in your info, okay, you can type libraries. I don't know, this is your library, so you need to go back to your info. So this one is just a listing, okay? It's just a manifest file. It's just listing what you have. Okay, it's good programming practice so that when somebody comes in, they know what files you have. And then an info file, that's where you attach it to. Okay, so you type libraries, okay, and what folder name? Demo. It's in demo. All right. / global styling. Okay, because you name it that way. Okay, global styling. All right, let's do a directory and see. And in script the JS, let's add something in here. Let's leave blanket for now. Let's leave blank. This one. Just, let me see if that works. All right, let's do this. Refresh. Whoa. Invalid CSS category, CSS styles. That's CSS. Invalid style category. Why? Let me. So our error seems like, you see this base. So that means your base CSS components. Then that's where your your custom CSS, and this is your layout CSS. So we can categorize this based on as a base for now. Let's do a base. I don't think that's a base. Let's do a component or layout CSS. Let's categorize that as a layout. Okay. So it seems to be asking for a category. In libraries, we go here, layout. Okay. Let's try that. I hope he likes it. Oh, he likes it. View source. And let's look for that layout. Styles.css. There you go. All right, we have it. It's nothing right now. It's blank, but we have it. And script.js. Yes, there you go. All right, So we added those JavaScript in there. So that's how you use the libraries file. Okay, it's just a listing. So sometimes there's a requirement that it needs to be categorized. But the best thing to learn libraries is you look at the Bartik theme, which is very complete. You can categorize as a theme. For me, it's not necessary to go in this detail, but you can. Okay. So that's what you have. So so this is just a grouping, right? The first one is just a grouping. So here you can create a different group. Okay. And then to attach it, you can just attach it to here. Right? See that Bartik? Okay. That's how you attach it to. So in our demo, we went to the info and we just added something like this. And since we don't have a region here, it's grabbing from stable, right? So, okay, and now how come the info attach that? How do the info attach that to the layout, right? To the template. Well, the info attach that in the template because in the template we have this right here. All right, so the Drupal does it automatically. Add whatever in your info file, the CSS and the JavaScript in the head. All right. Okay. Or in the bottom. It depends on your settings. Okay. So that's the libraries for you. How to attach it. So just FYI, if you have the libraries in the info file and you attach it, it will be run across on all pages of your site. Okay, so we have that, and so that's with the info file, right? So let's go with in folder and structure. All right. So info, libraries, breakpoints. Okay. So we talk about the info, we talk about the libraries, we talk about the breakpoints. Breakpoints are defined responsive needs and change in order to respond. So if you have a pictures and you upload it and you have a breakpoint, okay, this breakpoint settings will be used to adjust those images that you uploaded. Okay. And that theme is PHP logic. A lot of it is like hook preprocess. This is where it belongs to, So you have some hook preprocess, and that they belong here. And CSS, JavaScript. We talk about that. Images, if you put the image, a screenshot, if you put the screenshot. Logo, SVG. Okay, you can use this in your website header. Okay, and then templates. All right. So templates. So the best example for this again is Bartik. All right. So in all CMSs like Magento, WordPress, or Drupal, they normally have this thing called sample themes, right? So the best way to actually learn is to actually dig on what they have, right? So Bartik is Bartik is not too organized. If you look at 7, okay, it's not organized again. Let's look at stable theme. So stable, you see that it groups in by location in your site. Okay, if it's block, they'll put it in block. If it's an admin theme, they put it there. So the best thing is actually a lot of times I just copy this whole thing right here, reveal in Finder. Okay, I copy this templates, all right, and paste it in my themes demo, right? Oh, okay. And let's take a look let's run a drush, see also it picks up that we added new files. Okay. So if you notice, it's grabbing from our demo theme now, right? It looks the same. It's grabbing from the demo theme now, okay? And from there, you can just override whatever you have in the demo theme. So normally, when you do theming, since we enable theming in local development, okay, it tells you exactly where to theme at, okay? So let's say in this side, right? Where's this one coming from? Demo page title, header, layout container. Right. So body, main content. Layout container. So basically this is like the beginning of our theme. So if you go here and go to layout, HTML layout, this is where it all began. Okay, you have page top. Page is the main content. So page top is normally used for like error, debugging, you know, a lot of the stuff there on page bottom. So these are different regions of your site. Okay, so if you go at the default page, right, page.breadcrumb, so this is where your region: primary, secondary menu, breadcrumb. So if you look at info, where's the region? Where's your region? This info. Let's look at Arctic. There should be a region. So there's some regions in here, right? Let's say like this, right? You can actually copy and paste it over there, and so in your theme, and that's your region, page.header. So in the template, if you look at the default page.header page, you see that this is your region right here in the page. You see those? All right. So you can create different regions, and based on those regions, that's where you put the block structure, block layout, and that's your region. Left sidebar here. So these are actually the regions that you declare in the info file. We didn't declare anything, so it grabs it from the parent theme, from the core. So we can just, you know, create our own stuff. Okay. So that's from here. So let's say in our theme, in our template, in our layout, HTML, we have this default theme right here. So it's grabbing the page, right? It's grabbing the page, page.html. So this is the default page, right? So there's already some CSS, whatever in here from the parent theme. So what we could do from the core, so what we could do, we can actually start from scratch and delete everything if you want that, okay? But then before everything else, I highly suggest that you add your regions in here, okay? So whatever regions you have in mind, you know. So in our site, like for example, Okay. We can have a header region. We can have header, body, and footer, and we can split them up to different sections. Okay. So it's region is like a section in your area, right? Whatever you want to have. And based on that, it will show up in the block. So region name needs to be small letters and underscore. Okay, you cannot have numbers in the beginning. Okay, and this one is whatever, human readable. Okay, and this is what you actually see in here. So that's what you actually see in here. Let me see. Let me just do a trash CR just to make sure. And the blocks should change now. Let me see what they have. There's no left and right sidebar anymore. There's header, primary menu. So since we changed them, it should not grab anything in the sidebar left. See, it's header now. Okay. So it's different now because we added a new block. Okay. So that's it for the regions. Okay, so this is the name. So if you place a block, the block is like a piece of content that you can drag and drop anywhere in any region. Okay, so if we go back to Drupal 8, theming, Drupal 8, so we discussed about region, folder, and adding a style sheet. The twig, not yet right now. We can do that in the paid version. Sub themes. If you want to declare sub themes, if you just see a theme in there that you like that you can just tweak around a little bit, I highly suggest to use a sub theme. And to use a sub theme, the best way to do is look at one of the core modules again, and in an info file, they should have an example how to point it. Let's see. Not here. So if we look at info, so we look at info, so is it false? Let's see, 7. 7. Seven is actually a base theme. Like there's no, oh, classy, right? So the parent theme, you can identify the parent theme and just put in here, and whatever your parent theme is, boom, all right? That's gonna be the main theme of your site, and you can just override from there. Okay, so we discussed that. So for now, that's the basic of theming. I'm not gonna go through the entire details here, but you got the gist. Just keep in mind, when you're in doubt, just open one of the core and it'll point you to the right direction, how it works. You see that? It's like pre-processed HTML, So in that theme, it's normally pre-processed, no, pre-processed, block, pre-processed, menu, so just inform alter or the word alter. Okay, pre-process and alter starts here. So pre-process and alters is not new in Drupal, and it's been in since 5, I believe. I have this pre-process since Drupal 5, and you can. So what it does, it's supposed to alter whatever you have in your own theme, and this is the final logic here that you can apply. Okay, so that's this one right here. That's that theme file. You don't need to have it, but if you want it, you can have it. Okay, just keep in mind that the more you have code in here, the slower your site gets, because it gets invoked every time. And then this is the breakpoint. Okay, if you want to have Bartek mobile narrow, so this controls you how big or small your images will be after you upload. Okay, so a lot of times I just copy that, paste it in your folder, rename it to demo instead of Bartek, and that's it. You just say demo, and that's it. And you should see when by the time you upload your images, you should see some settings in regards to this. And that's it for theming Drupal 8. If you have any questions, comments, just write it down below. And please don't forget to click like or subscribe at Web Apps. I'll be doing a daily video of Drupal or any websites technologies out there. Thank you.